My name's Shane Murphy. I'm here to introduce consumer behaviour. Welcome to this online learning experience, and really looking forward to the coming 12 weeks as you learn a lot more about the subject of consumer behaviour, which is a really fascinating subject once you delve into it. So I'm just going to give you a very short video, 5-minute introduction of things to think about and look out for over the coming weeks. I'll start with a little bit of my background. So I've been a marketing professional for about 15 to 20 years, and I started with a marketing hospitality management qualification, and I'm now currently doing a master's in digital marketing in the entertainment industry, and I'm also a consultant for the entertainment industry. Previously, I worked for an IT recruitment company down in Sydney, managed a small boutique recruitment company, did some consultancy, and in the entertainment marketing space, I worked in the film industry, the music industry, and was involved with the setup of Music Oz, which was an independent music/events company, and ran 2 area offices for that. And I've been doing a lot of consultancy work in the teaching space, including APM, which I've been working for 12 years at APM. So I've got a good close relationship there. I also teach at Southern Cross University, have taught at Griffith University, some conservatoriums of music. I teach art and entertainment-based marketing subjects and so on. So anyway, so consumer behaviour is a real pet love of mine. It is a fundamental core subject of marketing. So if you went on and did a degree, you'd expect to see that you'd have to do consumer behaviour at a more advanced level. It is cross-disciplinarian, and that's what I personally find so fascinating about it, because it does delve into the world of psychology and culture and anthropology, as well as economics and marketing and things like that. But it's very, very deep, particularly in the first few weeks, where you learn about formation of motivation and personality and some really interesting theories. But I won't pretend and say this is an easy subject. There is quite a lot of information. It's quite dense. So I guess the motivation then is to hopefully learn something about yourself and learn something about other people, because people are very complex, and this subject's fantastic for getting underneath the surface and looking at what the unconscious drivers are of people and why they buy products and services. So some of it's common sense, because we can reflect on our own consumption behaviours, and some of it requires research and study of other people's behaviours. Because I will say one thing, as a means of introduction, please realise that your own personal experience, whilst it is true to yourself, it may not be true to others. And one of the fundamentals of becoming a good marketer is the realisation that market research drives marketing strategy, not our own opinions. So we need to learn to study people and understand them. So great subject for that. So there's some great support on board for you. You've got your core text as a great reference. I particularly like the marketing applications in the text, because the theory is dense. As a marketing practitioner, I'm really interested in the marketing applications. So you've got the core text there, and I'll click down to the 4th point. My lecture presentations that I provide, and it's a PDF of a PowerPoint presentation that I provide for face-to-face as well, has a lot of interesting video links and to examples, digital marketing examples, and so on. So I really recommend that you download those lecture presentations and look at that material as well. And I focus very specifically on marketing applications each week, to give us more perspective of how we can use the theory as a marketing professional. There's a subject outline, obviously goes from the topics from week to week, and it briefly introduces the assessments. The subject guide provides additional support, like the core text, so it goes through week by week a lot of content relating to the topic areas. And I've got the discussion board set up so that variously I'll have a discussion in a week. You're expected to log on at least a couple of times a week to check the materials and also to check into the discussion board. It gives us a feeling of being connected. So check there, because I often ask, not too much information there, but just your reflection on a video or your reflection on an article that might be posted up there. The coffee shop's there for you guys, for social interaction, social media. I sometimes wish or think that we could have an F or a Facebook and a Facebook group, and it might be a direction that I'd head in down the track. But you can head into the coffee shop and post personal discussion questions there. I have a 24-hour turnaround on my email. So if you've got any direct questions, please, that's probably the best way to contact me. If you've got a question that you think others may benefit from, you can post that in the general discussion board area of the portal, which is above the weekly outline, and I'll endeavour to get back to you there, and that can be sometimes beneficial for me to answer a student response there so that other students can see my response there and may not need to ask me a question. Consultation, I am going to be available on Skype between 1 and 2 on Wednesdays. Shane Murphy, CMI, all one word, is how you can connect with me there on Skype. Just maybe introduce yourself that you're a student of mine and the subject that you're in. And if you've got any questions that you wanted addressing there, you can send that to me prior via an email. And finally, there's a great academic skills section on the portal. So if you're not familiar with writing reports and that kind of thing, there's some really great materials about report writing particularly, and also referencing where you formally show what you've researched to come up with what you've written and provided by means of assessment. So yeah, I mentioned checking the portal a couple of times a week, getting involved in the discussion forum and posting something on there, and even posting something really interesting that you may have seen around, or an interesting advertisement, putting a YouTube link there and sharing it with a group saying this is pretty cool. Even better if you can relate the communication to consumer behaviour theory. The online experience can be lonely if you don't engage regularly. We need to stick strictly to the schedule. So if there's any issues of getting assessment pieces in, there is a formal process. We like to be fair to all of the students, so we have a formal process to get special consideration, and you can get in touch with online services to go through that process, and also you can let me know as well if you're having any problems there. But we like to stick to the deadlines, and as I said, I'll keep you alerted along the way. So if we're moving on to the assessments, which is probably one of your biggest sort of concerns or focuses, we can see that we've got quizzes. There's one for each topic. So they, you get an aggregate mark after completing all the quizzes. And they're also a good method for self-learning. There's going to be 2 assessed discussion forums, and they're going to be posted, and I will be giving you prior notice when they're going to be posted. And there you go on and you post somewhere between half to a page your response to the discussion forum, and that's an assessed discussion forum question where you will actually be given a mark for it. You can check the subject guide for the weightings of these assessments. And probably the major assessment to be mindful of is the written assessment, which is 1,500 words, where you're basically going to select a company and a product and research the consumer behaviour around that, and then provide a strategic recommendation to that company. So you can choose an industry that perhaps you're looking at working into the future, and that would be great. So good luck, and let's have a great online experience in the coming weeks, heading toward the end of the year and summer and so on. Feel free to get in contact with me during the semester, and I'll give you an update shortly as well about an online interactive tool called Blackboard Collaborate that we'll be doing a session coming up leading up to the written assessment. So if you've got questions there, you might be able to go into that session and I'll answer you there. So all the best, very best, and I know you all got busy lives, we all do, and so try and structure your deadlines accordingly, and I look forward to reading your materials, and I hope you really enjoy this journey of consumer psychology over the coming weeks. Thank you.